I'm Ruby D, author of Ruby's Juke Joint Americana cookbook, and I am here to show you how to make some traditional salsas. Today we'll start off with a pico de gallo, which translated means rooster's beak, and it's a very simple salsa, and here we go. So we start off with some tomato. And I'll use about 1.5 tomatoes. Chop it up in a nice easy chop. A rough chop is what it's called. And then I will add in some onion, green onion, jalapeno. There's all kinds of really good, obvious ingredients that go into this. It's your basic, what most people think of as a Mexican salsa. So, and where the word salsa originated, actually it comes from the Latin for salted. When way back when, before refrigeration, people had no way to preserve their meats, vegetables, and fruits, and so what they would do is they would add salt to them, and then eventually over time, instead of just adding salt to make them preserve, they started adding other flavors to make them taste better. So chili peppers, vinegar, citruses, tomatoes, and so forth. And modern salsa, voila, was born. All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking 1/2 of a jalapeno, seeding it. That means I'm taking out all the hot stuff on the inside. And you want to be careful when you're cutting into this like this, because you don't want any of the oils to pop out into the air and become viable. They can hit you in the eye or just be in the air, and you never know it. You walk right into it. So, also the white stringy stuff on the inside can be not only kind of tasteless, but also fairly hot as well. So you want to make sure to get all those pieces off. Then I will then slice that into much smaller crude pieces. Add that. How about a little onion? I think I'll use a regular sweet yellow onion. I'm going to use about 1 cup's worth. So first thing I want to do is get rid of the rough part of the skin. And like I said, I'm only going to use about 1 cup's worth. So that's about 1/2 of the onion, depending upon what size your onion is, of course. And peel away more of that rough skin. And again, this is a rough chop, not too fine, but not too big of chunks either. And of course, the faster you cut, the more you avoid the oils that can get into the air and make you cry. Okay. So this onion was a little larger than I wanted, so I'm only using about 1/4 of the onion. We'll use this later in another salsa. All right. And now I'm going to add some fresh cilantro, about 3 tablespoons. So I'll cut that up. remnants over here. The key to cutting cilantro is that you only want to cut it right before you add it to your salsa. Otherwise, you get these little black edges around the end and it makes it look unsightly. So even if you prepare everything else ahead of time, the onion, the tomatoes, and the peppers, wait till the last minute to add your cilantro in, or to cut it at least, to add it in. All right. Get cilantro all over my fingers. Now I'm going to add the last few ingredients, and that is a little green onion and some salt. And the green onion, it's more for just a little bit of a different fresh flavor because you've got all this piquant and the sweet of the tomatoes. So the green onion really binds everything together. And I'm not adding the whole onion, I'm just adding part of the white going into a little bit of the green. And last, but certainly not least, the most important ingredient, the salsa part of the salsa, the salt. And then we mix all of that up together and we have salsa. Or pico de gallo, if you will. And this is just a very basic, very fresh, traditional tomato salsa. And there we have it. All right, thanks for joining us today while we were cooking some salsas together. I'm Ruby D from Ruby's Americana Juke Joint Cookbook, and I'd like to see you next time in the kitchen.